Welcome again. Katrina, how are you?
I am perfect. Thank you, Patrick.
Perfect.
Lovely
So
to see you.
thank you. So on Fridays, we get together, and this is a time of networking where we can leverage the power of people. And we
Mm.
just get together and talk about what we do and what we're passionate about and who we'd like to connect
Hello,
with
everyone.
as others are coming in. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Mr. Antoine. Julie, how are you?
Good. How are you? Good to see all of
Great,
you.
Excellent.
great,
Very nice
great.
to see you.
Thank you. Antoine, how are you, sir?
I am doing stupendously marvelous as always. It's Friday.
Love that answer.
I love it. Love it. So just announcing to our viewers, maybe if this is your first time, just letting them know that we get together here and we talk about what we're passionate about and who we have connected in our network that we can connect others with, and then who we would like to connect to. So we're going to get started right away.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, yes.
And Marina and Nicole, hello to you. Okay, who would like to go first? Or shall we pick someone?
Oh, let's pick someone.
Let's pick
I
someone.
want to hear this person.
Antoine,
Yes, who's feeling stupendously good.
always impressive.
Well, I was going to say let the ladies go first because I was raised to be a gentleman. But hey, listen,
Ooh,
if you're
that's a
calling
good one,
me,
Antoine.
I must. Hey, listen, you're the host, so I must follow suit. So thank you first and foremost. Happy Friday to everybody.
Happy
I
Friday.
am Antoine Thompson. I am a youth coach, leadership and empowerment coach. And there's a saying that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So I will do my introduction based on that quote. My wife and I were not able to have children of our own. We had 3 miscarriages and decided at that point that it wasn't in the cards for us. But we also looked at that as a blessing that God said that I was going to bless you with children of your own because I've given you a gift to impact more kids. So I've taken that and started a nonprofit organization, youth coaching and mentoring organization. And our mission statement is coaching and mentoring the leaders of tomorrow. Also wrote a book, The Ultimate Guide to Success for Preteens and Teens, which outlines the personal growth and development skills that teenagers, thanks to my good new friend Nicole, that they need to be successful. And also host a podcast, Developing Tomorrow's Leaders, where I interview business owners, educators, coaches, counselors, and former professional athletes and others that are willing, capable, and have the heart to share their knowledge and expertise with the next generation of leaders. And earlier this month, we started a second podcast called with another fellow team empowerment leadership coach, Keith Senzer. We have a podcast called Teen Speak, where we interview teenagers, middle school, high school, and college students. And we talk to them about their challenges, their struggles, and strategies that they use to overcome those challenges. And also have a online academy. It's called the Sea of Success Academy, and C is an acronym, SEA. And those are the 3 keys that I think are important for kids, and that's simplicity, effort, and attitude. Applying, keeping things simple. Their lives are already complicated enough. Putting forth the maximum effort to be successful. But neither of those are possible without the most important component, and that's attitude, because you have to have a positive attitude. Your attitude almost always determines your altitude in life. And that's one of the messages that I always share with kids. And I am blessed to be here. Thank you all very much.
Wow, thank you so
so
much.
for that. Julie, he talks way too fast to take notes, but we're going to, we're going to
I was like, see, I like that. So I was like writing that down. So yeah.
Well, there's a misconception about being in the South. They say that everybody talks real slow. Well, when we get really excited, we talk really fast, and I'm very passionate about what I do. So when I start talking about it, I do talk really fast because I care a lot about what I do. So
Yes.
anyway, I apologize.
No need to apologize. I was just going to point to Julie and everyone who's listening that I have an incredible opportunity to interview you this afternoon. So I look forward to hearing much more about your mission. And then obviously we will share that with the community. And also to help us preserve time today, would you mind, all of you participants today here live, to put perhaps in the chat who you have in your community, who you can introduce us to. And just by the way of what they do in this world, what their mission is. And likewise, who you would like us to introduce you if we already connected with those people, and we'll be happy to put you in touch. And some wonderful connections are already being made this way. And perhaps you can name those people as well, so they get awareness of our group. Would you mind doing that today? Excellent. Who shall we go to next, Patrick?
Let's see. How about Miss Nicole? Are you ready? All right, perfect.
Good morning, everybody. So my name is Nicole Grelecki. I am from Park Ridge, Illinois, which is near Chicago in the US. I help teenagers to build their confidence through the development of their life skills. I have been encouraged, so I spotlighted on this program last week that I was going to have a program for mothers and teenagers and teenage daughters. However, I have been encouraged to include mothers of all teenagers because I can serve the mothers and all teenagers. So that's who I'm opening up this program to. So I'm super excited to launch that. But currently I teach in-person classes for helping teenagers transition from dependent and you guys doing everything for them as their parents to them being confident action takers in their own lives. And so I'm incorporating those in-person classes and experiences to an online coaching program so I can impact more people in a positive way and helping mothers enjoy this wonderfully awkward age of our kids called teenagers. So that's preteen, teen, and anything in between. And I've gifted that term over to Antoine. So thank you for loving that term because that encourages me to use it. And so, yes, I have spoken with Antoine. We are already in alignment. We knew that from this group. And so when we met, we literally started our conversation and talked for almost a couple hours. And so that's the magic of this group. I've also been in contact with David Poole and Rob Yates from this group, just to help me with my program specifically, because I am a coach and those are the people that they serve together. And so together we're stronger. That's one of my mottos, is that together we are stronger. I truly believe that. And so when you are in alignment with people, for example, in this group, we can only do greater things and impact more people in a positive way. So, and I will drop in the comments who I can connect people with. Currently, I'm connected to a teen coaching group that gets really specific as to who they can help. And so I'd love to share that if you have kiddos with difficulties with ADHD or self-image, or like if you need to get really specific about some topics. So I could help you with that. And so I am just looking for mothers, because all mothers have at least one thing that they're working on with their teenagers. And so I truly believe that with easy attainable wins, we can build the confidence that we need for them to start taking action in their own lives. So that's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
Excellent.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you. Marina, are you ready? And then we can finish with Julie.
Yeah. This is really a step into the dark, into the light, if you see what I mean. Because my mission is really about enabling people to really grasp hold of their true image, and the fact that the true image is so often wrapped up in darkness and pain and loss and disappointment. So it actually means facing all those things and letting go of all the external baggage that we've laid on top of it. And it's not a comfortable thing, because most people have spent most of their lives trying to get away from their vulnerability, trying to escape the pain of their childhood, trying to get beyond their disappointments. And of course, by the grace of God, we have learned very many skills and been given grace to persevere in life itself. But to actually really come to own our individual purposes, especially if we've suffered deeply as a child or as a woman or whatever, it actually requires us to face all our pains and losses, and to keep on trusting, even, when he takes us back into the darkness, in order to know that we don't have to be afraid, that we can encourage other people and know that it's okay. And in that little compost heap is a gift. So in each little compost heap, in each little death, just as Antoine, am I saying it right? Found with his wife, with each little death has been a compost heap of grace, of flowering, of perseverance, of serving. And so my calling, if you like, has been to face all my darkness, because he gave me great light. I was led to high places in education and research and things. But on one occasion, when I was praying with somebody in Switzerland in French, not somebody that I knew well, it was the brother of somebody else, he started, as I thought, praying in tongues, and I started praying in tongues. And then he stopped, and eventually I stopped. And at the end of, then we finished off the prayer in French. And he said to me in French, "I didn't know you could speak Hebrew." And I said, "I can't speak Hebrew." He said, "You were speaking Hebrew." And he said, "Do you want to know what you were saying?" I said, "I'd love to know what I was saying." And what I was saying from my deep spirit to God was, "I will give you back everything you've given me." So there is a sort of strange relationship, if we're really seeking to do what God is asking each one of us to do. Now, I'm not saying everybody has got my calling, but if people have really suffered, they need to be willing to allow the truth back in. And so my calling and my mission is to enable people to stand with the cross and praise, to stand with the cross and pray for others who are suffering. And so they actually become, bearers of Christ, if you like, but without any of the external kudos, because we're doing it hidden and in grace. But people need encouragement. Now, God is doing things. 2 different women from different sources have actually been in touch with me and said, "Can we talk to you?" I'd never sought them. I've never sent them a Facebook message. I've never done anything. But 2 different women. So I spoke to one, this week, and she is in a point of like, what's going to happen to me now? I don't know where I am. So only God can make my way, but maybe people need to hear that they don't need to be afraid.
Okay.
So the books that I've written go from facing the treasures of darkness, facing the pain and finding the light. The second one is your will be done, because as we seek to serve God in whatever way, we will be stretched. I'm absolutely sure that Antoine and his wife are stretched and have to seek new grace, of not having any of their own, but being called to love and serve all these children in God's name. For all of you, you know, it's a stretching of who we are, you know, of the grace that God gives us. And grace is that leaning on him and trusting that he will provide, not being led by this, but by the heart and by the events. So that's the second book. And then the third book is Children of God, embracing the cross in joy and love, or something like that.
Okay. Thank you, Marina. I want to make sure we have enough time for Julie.
Mhm,
But we do know that you've authored the 3 books, and thank you for explaining that.
mhm.
Thank you, Marina. You're always so
Yeah.
poetic. I just kind of get wrapped
Yes.
in with all of the beautiful visualization.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, thank you, everyone. Good to see all of you. I am Julie Hardwick, and I am a certified holistic health coach with a specialization in hormone health. So what does all of that mean? So when I work with clients, we basically look at whole person health. And a lot of people think about, oh, what I put in my mouth is what makes me healthy. And while that is important, whole person health is all about your career, your relationships, movement, spirituality. It's the whole person. And so when I work with clients, it's client led. A lot of times people know inside them what they need to do and what, you know, what's important. So I help work with them and coach with them to bring that out. I work primarily with women midlife and wiser who are in a stage of life where they want, you know, they want to live the second half of their life as the best part of their life, right? And who want to age well. One thing I will say though too, and somebody sort of said this to me, so for you teenager people, so there may be mothers who want the best for their daughters as well. And there's so many chemicals, pesticides, and in our food today, even the things we put our food in, like plastics, they're endocrine disruptors, which means they mess up your hormones, right? And our hormones are the foundation of everything we do, our heart, our brain, you know. And so so again, primarily I'd work with women midlife and older, but if they have daughters who might be struggling, I may be able to sort of help them to just sort of, you know, get some of the toxic chemicals out of their, just looking at things with a different mindset and just, you know, a cleaner way of living. So.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Katerina, I'll tell about RIMPAGE, and then you can take your turn and close us out. So RIMPAGE is a one-on-one basketball league. We're looking to go global because what we are doing is creating hope and possibility for athletes who have been overlooked. Maybe they didn't get picked by that coach or didn't get picked by that school, or maybe the league, they wanted to get in, pass them over. And we're giving them a second chance. We're empowering them to pick themselves for great things. So all they have to do is click to join our league, and they have an open platform where they can get global exposure and get all the rewards that their talents deserve. So it's an exciting vision. It's a huge vision. And we're looking for basketball players and coaches and other people who want to be in the industry to join us there. And Katerina.
Excellent. I wanted to add to that I love listening to all of you because I can see how uniquely beautiful all of our missions are and how much they are contributing to making our world a better place for those who are coming behind us, those who will inherit this world from us. My sole mission in life is to make sure that they have a fairer and better prospect than we had. Therefore, RIMPAGE is a broader mission that word allows it to be. It's a lifestyle. It's a choice of a lifestyle as well. We're connected with all leaders from all walks of life and people who are forward thinkers. So if you want to get connected with people who are not afraid to sail in uncharted waters, then get in touch with us and we can introduce you to them. Thank you to the beautiful panel. And if you come across people who are like this, please remember Anchored in Love with RIMPAGE and point them in our direction. We'll be so glad to extend your network and to help you network in a more sustainable way to build friendships and relationships. And as Nicole said, together we can really reach much further. We're never each other's competition, but we do have a duty to be better today than we were yesterday. That is where the joy of life is. Thank you all so much for joining us. And please, for all the panelists, just one reminder, if you thank you for posting the comments. If you could post them in our live thread as well, so that everyone who is catching us on recording of this episode will be able to see. Okay, thank you all so much.
Thank you.
And we will see you next Friday.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good to see all of your
Have a
faces.
lovely
Bye.
week.